Hi everyone, I'm Jess. I'm a senior paediatric occupational therapist and the founder of MyOT&ME. I am delighted to be doing some educational videos relating to occupational therapy areas and just some fun activities that you can be doing at home that are beneficial for your child's development. So this video is on gross motor skills. When we talk about gross motor skills, we're talking about the coordination of the larger muscle groups to complete tasks in a coordinated way, such as cycling, jumping, running, sports, PE activities, and the list goes on. So if a child is struggling in this area, they may be struggling with some of those skills, and you might need to consult an occupational therapist or just start to develop these skills at home. So it's so important that all children are active and that even if they don't enjoy sports, that they're still exercising on a daily basis. So when we talk about gross motor skills, we have to consider things like strength, postural control, body awareness, flexibility, and coordination. And they all come together to be able to do tasks in a coordinated way. So I'm going to share some of my favorite gross motor activities that you can do at home with your kids. So my first thing is I absolutely love obstacle courses. I think they are great fun and kids love to get involved in preparing them, taking part, and then changing them to make them even more fun. So if you've like a garden space at the back or maybe a green out the front, you can use things that you have. Maybe you've got a tunnel, some cushions they could walk over, some chairs they could army crawl under. So you want to be thinking about loads of ways they can use their body to move in different ways. So it might be army crawling, balance beams, walking sideways, walking backwards, crawling under things, and they will just have so much fun. So for the second thing, I love doing animal walks. Animal walks are so beneficial for postural control, coordination, and flexibility. They can do things like frog leaps, crab walking, bear walks, and you can even involve an animal walk relay, which is really fun if you have more than one child. The next thing I love to do is wheelbarrow walks. Wheelbarrow walks are great to strengthen a child's shoulder stability and their core muscles. So if your child puts their hands on the ground and you support them at their hip first, see if they can walk comfortably in this position using their hands, and then you can move further back to their ankles. This way you can work up the amount of time that they can sustain being in a wheelbarrow walk. This one is great for siblings or friends to get involved as well, and it is so much fun. My next favorite activity is ball skills. Ball skills are so important to practice at home. I know kids do them a lot in school, but it's so important to also do them at home. So it could mean kicking, catching, throwing, it could mean playing volleyball or passing a beach ball to each other. So depending on where your child is at and what age they're at, you want to grade it so it's appropriate. So if they're finding it really tricky to catch a tennis ball, try a beanbag or try a bigger ball. You can also make sure that they're practicing different throws, so overhand for things like basketball, underhand if they're trying to get it into a target, or straight on if they're trying to hit a target in front of them. So mix it up so it keeps it fun. My next favorite thing is tug of war. Tug of war is such a fun activity, and it actually has so many benefits for postural control, getting that core really strong, and it also gives a lot of great sensory input. So when you're doing tug of war, you can either use a rope or you can roll up a blanket or a towel. You can do it standing up, or if a child is struggling with their balance, you can also do it sitting down, which is great fun as well. My next favorite activity is just dance and movement. Put on some music, get kids dancing around, maybe do musical statues, or you can put something on like Go Noodle on the TV so they can follow the dance moves. Anything that has rhythm and timing is great for coordination, and it's also so much fun. The next favorite activity I love to do with kids is like going on their scooter, rollerblading, cycling. So if a child is finding cycling hard, maybe try a scooter first or a tricycle. If they're finding those hard, you might try a balance bike. So change it up so that children have a huge variety and they can try what suits them, what level are they at, and then they can work on from there. My last favourite activity is the trampoline. I absolutely love using the trampoline with kids. It's got so many benefits, whether it's an outdoor one or one of the small indoor ones that you can get with or without the handles, depending on the child's ability and age. Trampolining is so fun. It's great for strength, endurance, and it also gives a lot of sensory input to children who are a little bit fidgety and need that movement. So the trampoline can be a great addition to your home. So my last two favourite activities for gross motor skills is jumping and circuits, and you can actually combine these a little bit. When you're practicing jumping, you want to meet the child at their level. So first you want to practice doing 2 feet jumps and lifting up off the ground. This is for younger kids. Then you might move on to hopping, star jumps, ski jumps. So it's really important to really work on that coordination and balance when they're doing their jumping. Also, it's important to put out targets. Maybe you can put a piece of chalk or tape along the ground so they can jump over it. You want to make sure that they're getting that jump feeling rather than a shuffle feel to their jumps. And the last one is circuits. Circuits is a brilliant one, especially for older kids, because you can combine some army crawling with the plank, maybe even some weights if it's safe for their age. And circuits are a great way to get kids into exercise and a routine around being healthy and active. So I hope you found these gross motor activities enjoyable, and definitely get out there, especially if it's sunny, and get exercising with your kids. I hope you found it helpful, and thanks for watching the video.